Well, back in the day, I always loved muscle cars and I loved motorcycles, and really this whole place is kind of a culmination of everything I love and enjoy. When I was a kid, I always had animals and snakes and all kinds of fun stuff, you know. We still have a 128 animal zoo here with birds and snakes and tortoises and iguanas and alligators and buffaloes and camels and kangaroos, and it goes on and on and on. So hello, I'm Steve Doc Hopkins, and this is my lovely fiancée, Michelle. We're here at Doc's Harley-Davidson in Bondwell, Wisconsin, and we're going to tell you a little bit about where I came from and where we're going, and show you a few fun things. Started in 1975 racing professionally. Before that, I'd raced street bikes on the street and just tearing up the roads and stuff, you know, but always loved building strange things. Here's my Harley-Davidson pogo stick here, made out of a Harley front fork and 2 Harley connecting rods. And oh yeah, you gotta have Willie. He's sitting in my Harley wheelchair here, all made out of Harley parts. And this is a camshaft Cobra I made here out of Harley camshafts. When I was a kid, I started building go-karts and mini bikes, and when I was in high school, I built a go-kart that was 8 feet long, and it had a 360 Chrysler Hemi V8 engine on it with push-button automatic drive. Anyway, I moved to Shawano, Wisconsin, where I worked for a Harley-Davidson dealer. Roy Bokelman was his name, and he worked for 25 years as foreman of the race and tuning team for Harley-Davidson. The guy was just a wealth of knowledge of making Harleys go fast, which I was very interested in because I also have raced Top Fuel Nitro Harleys for 37 years. And in the early years, Roy taught me a lot of how to make horsepower on these things, and so learned a lot of great things from that man. He's passed away now, but wonderful guy. This one's 900 horsepower. This one will run down in the 6s at over 200 miles an hour in the quarter mile. That one has no transmission. It's all done with clutch management and fuel management. This thing is an animal. I moved up the street and started Doc's HD Repair, and I opened my doors April 1st of 1979. I didn't have a camera at the time to take a picture, so I drew a picture of it. And I was the chief cook and bottle washer. April 1st of '81, I moved over to Shawano's Industrial Park, and I built another little building here, a brand new building. We cut a hole in the woods and cut the trees down, and April 1st of 1983, I became a Harley-Davidson dealer. That was when Harley-Davidson came out with their new 1984 Evolution engine. And of course, very shortly after that, it went public to the stock market, and Harley-Davidson stock shot right up, and I followed right along. So I guess I was being in the right place at the right time.
And you made it happen.
And I made it happen, yeah. Somehow it worked, you know.
Yeah,
but
it's like everything in life.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen by itself.
Well, that's right, yeah. You got to kind of give it a little push, yeah. At one point during the 90s and early 2000s, we could not get enough new motorcycles. So we would actually buy all the parts and pieces necessary to build Softails and Dynas. And we were building up to 130 bikes a year just from parts. Yeah. Well, anyway, everything always happened April 1st. April 1st of '89, I added on a 3rd time to the building and outgrew it. And then April 1st of '98, I bought this 58 acres that we're on right now. And then April 1st of 2003, that's when I added on this addition here with the museum on. April 1st of 2010, we built the restaurant next door because I love to cook. But the museum is a fun part, and there's a bunch of muscle cars in here that I've always loved in the past, and now we have them.
Like our page and share it with your mates so you don't miss the next episode of Doc's Harley-Davidson, presented by EI Engineering.